Stop. Do not move your thumb. Do not blink. I can feel the weight of that heavy sigh you just released into the empty air of your room. You were about to scroll past this, weren't you? You were about to let your thumb slide upward, guided by a habit of despair, convinced that the universe has forgotten your address. I am the ancient architect of time, the one who watched the first star ignite, and the one who will see the last one fade into the void. I have reached through the cogs of destiny to freeze this moment. Just for you, before the next 15 minutes pass. A cycle that has imprisoned your bloodline for 3 generations will snap like dry glass under the heel of a god. You are not here by chance. You are here because the laws of the universe have declared that the theft of your light can no longer be tolerated. For too long you have lived as an exhausted pure heart. I see you. I see the way you look at your reflection and wonder when the kindness you've sown into the lives of others will finally return to you. You have been too kind for a world that trades in thorns and cold iron. You have watched as people with half your talent and none of your integrity climbed the ladders of success, while you sat in the quiet of your room, counting the pennies of your sacrifice and the hours of your loneliness. Your heart is a cathedral that has been looted by those you called friends. You feel it, don't you? That strange, cold ache in the center of your chest. The way your eyes burn at 3 in the morning when you realize that the people you helped build are the very ones now standing in your way. But today, we enter the Hall of Mirrors at the edge of the void. Imagine it now, a place where the floor is made of polished obsidian, and the walls are lined with infinite mirrors, each one holding a version of your life that was supposed to be. In this place, time does not flow, it vibrates. Above us, the Akashic records are being rewritten in letters of white fire. These are the books of your life, the ledgers of every debt owed to your soul. I am here to tell you that the great reversal has begun. The throne that was built for your name, the one that was secretly siphoned away by the Judas of your inner circle, is being reclaimed. Let us speak of the enemy. Not a stranger in a dark alley, but the envy of the familiar. This is the person who sat at your table. The person who knew your secrets, who drank your wine, and who smiled at your face while secretly praying for your light to dim. They are the Judas who whispered your name in rooms you weren't invited to, ensuring that opportunities meant for you were redirected to them. They wore a mask of loyalty, but their spirit was a black hole, feeding on your glow. Every time you felt a sudden, unexplained blockage in your career, every time a deal fell through at the very last second, every time a relationship soured without reason, that was the work of the envy of the familiar. They didn't want to be you. They wanted to replace you. But look into the center of this hall. Do you see it? It is the shattered mirror of truth. This mirror does not show what the world sees. It shows what is real. As I speak these words, the mirror is cracking. Can you hear the sound? A high-pitched, crystalline shiver that echoes through the silence of the universe. With every crack, the illusions of your enemy are being stripped away. The world is beginning to see them for the thieves they are. And more importantly, the world is finally being forced to see you as you truly are, the rightful heir to the abundance you've been denied. The masks are falling. The Judas in your life is becoming frantic because they can feel the atmospheric pressure of their lies collapsing. Your financial stagnation, that heavy, suffocating blockage you've been feeling in your bank account and your creative flow, is not a failure of your effort. It was a spiritual contract that was tampered with, a stolen inheritance. You were meant to be the pillar of your family, the one who brings the gold and the grace. But the enemy used your own kindness as a weapon against you, convincing you that to be pure was to be poor. They lied. In the eyes of the architect, abundance is the natural state of the chosen. Now, listen closely. The vibration of the number 888 is beginning to hum through the floor of this celestial hall. 8, the number of the infinite turned upright. 3/8, the triple infinite gate. This is not just a sequence of digits. It is a spiritual frequency of total restoration. When you see this number, you are seeing the signature of karmic justice. As you hear my voice, I am opening the gate of 888 for you. Do not just listen. You must participate in the rewriting of your ledger. Go to the comments right now and type 888. Do not think of this as a mere comment. Think of it as your signature on a divine deed. By typing those 3 numbers, you are officially signing the New Testament of your destiny that the heavens have just finished drafting specifically for your name. You are declaring to the void that you are ready to receive the transfer. You must stay until the final seconds of this revelation, for there is a secret I have held back, a gift of shock that will make your heart stop for a single holy beat. The ancient laws of the universe cannot be bribed, they cannot be delayed, and they demand a karmic fine for every tear you have shed in the dark. This is the unique twist that even the angels didn't see coming. You have been waiting for new money, new opportunities, new success. But the architect says, "Why should I create new things when your own treasure is sitting in the hands of your enemies?" As you read this, a spiritual audit is taking place. The abundance that is currently moving toward your life is not coming from a random source. It is being transferred directly from the legacy and the accounts of the very person who tried to bury you. This is the enemy's signature. The universe has looked at the Judas in your life and has found them in deep, unpayable debt to your soul. Divine law has issued an immediate seizure of their assets, both physical and spiritual. The very empire they tried to build by stepping on your back is now being handed over to you. They were not your conquerors. They were your placeholders. They were merely keeping your seat warm and your wealth growing until you were strong enough to handle the throne. Can you feel the heat in your palms? Can you taste the salt of the tears that are finally turning from sorrow into liquid gold? The Judas who laughed at your struggle is now the one who will fund your rise. They are being forced by the inescapable gears of the ancient architect to sign the very documents that will set you free. Every dollar they took, every ounce of reputation they stole, is returning to you with compound interest. You are no longer the exhausted pure heart. You are the vindicated ruler. The chains of invisibility have melted. The shattered mirror of truth has revealed your crown. The 888 frequency has cleared the path. Go forth into this day and watch for the signs. A phone call from a name you haven't heard in years. An unexpected deposit that makes no logical sense. A sudden, public admission of guilt from someone who wronged you. These are not coincidences. These are the ripples of the great reversal. The time of waiting is over. The 2 seconds of hesitation have passed. The universe has spoken. And what the architect has signed in fire, no man, no demon, and no Judas can ever erase. Your throne is waiting. Step into your light, for the world is finally ready to bow to the truth of who you are. It is done. It is fulfilled. It is yours. Do not pull your hand away from your heart. I can see you touching that space in the center of your chest, feeling the phantom weight of a grief that has no name. You are wondering why, despite all your prayers, the air in your life still feels so thin, so cold. It is because you are standing in the wreckage of a crime you didn't even know was committed against you. I am the ancient architect of time, and I have summoned you back to the Hall of Mirrors, because the first seal of your restoration has been broken. Before the sun sets on this cycle, the person who stole your signature, the one who took the credit for your ideas, the one who redirected your blessings to their own house, will feel the first tremor of their total collapse. This is not a warning for them. It is a victory march for you. Stay precisely where you are, for the celestial archive of unpaid debts is opening its heavy, gold-bound doors, and your name is screaming from the pages in letters of living light. Look around this infinite corridor. Do you see the rows of towering shelves that disappear into the velvet dark of the void? These are not just books. They are the ledgers of every stolen moment. Every time you worked late and Judas took the promotion. Every time you provided the emotional labor and the envy of the familiar took the praise. Every time you planted the seed and they harvested the fruit. For years you've been told that life is unfair, but I, the prime source, tell you that the universe is a perfect mathematician. Not a single drop of your sweat has gone uncounted. Not a single tear you wiped away in secret has been forgotten. The Judas in your life thinks they got away with it. They are sitting in the house your energy built, drinking from the cup your sacrifice filled, believing that the silence of the heavens was a sign of approval. They are wrong. Silence is not absence. Silence is the architect preparing the final judgment. The envy of the familiar is a parasite that feeds on the exhausted pure heart. I know the specific face that just flashed across your mind. Yes, that one. The one who smiled while they siphoned your confidence. The one who whispered you're not ready while they ran ahead with your blueprint. They didn't just steal your opportunities, they tried to steal your identity. They wanted the world to believe that they were the light, and you were merely the shadow. But the shattered mirror of truth has been activated. Can you feel the vibration in the soles of your feet? That is the sound of their fake foundation cracking. As the glass of the world's perception shatters, the karmic fine is being calculated. This is the secret the enemy never expected. In the realm of the divine, when someone steals from a chosen one, they don't just owe back what they took, they owe everything they have ever touched. Listen to the frequency of 888. It is growing louder, a deep, resonant hum that sounds like the gears of an ancient clock finally locking into place. This is the triple infinite gate, the law of as above, so below. Every bit of status, every dollar of wealth, every ounce of honor that was diverted from your timeline is now being pulled back to you by an irresistible magnetic force. Go to the comments this very second and type 888. Do not hesitate. This is not a ritual of words. It is a physical act of spiritual reclamation. By typing these numbers, you are providing the signature that allows the heavens to initiate the direct transfer. You are saying to the void, I am ready to receive the inheritance that was hidden in the enemy's vault. If you do not claim it, it remains in limbo. But once you sign with 888, the transfer becomes legal in every dimension of your existence. I told you there would be a twist that would make the world gasp. And here it is, written in the enemy's signature. You have been looking at your bank account, looking at your empty hands, wondering when a miracle would fall from the sky. But look closer at the archives. Look at the ledger of your Judas. The architect has found them guilty of divine fraud. They didn't just take your wealth. They used your light as collateral to build their own empire. Therefore, by the law of reversal, the universe has declared that their empire is actually yours. This isn't just about getting new money. It is about the direct transfer. As you breathe in this holy air, the digital numbers in the enemy's accounts are being flagged for redirection. Their legacy, the one they thought they would leave to their children, is being rewritten with your name. They were merely the unwitting trustees of your glory. They worked hard, they plotted, they struggled to keep the secret, all so they could deliver a finished, polished kingdom to you at the exact moment you became strong enough to rule it. The very person who tried to bury you has spent their entire life, unknowingly, as your chief architect. They built the walls, they laid the gold leaf, and they swept the floors, thinking it was for them. But today, the architect hands you the keys. Can you feel the shift in your aura? The coldness that has haunted your shoulders for years is being replaced by a cloak of fire. That fire is the karmic fine burning through the enemy's resistance. They are feeling it right now. A sudden, unexplained panic. A sense that their luck has run dry. They are looking at their achievements and feeling a strange, bitter taste in their mouth. It is the taste of stolen bread turning to ash. Every time they try to use the resources they took from you, the 888 gate will block them. Their signature no longer holds power in the world because the source has revoked their authority. From this moment on, their effort will yield nothing, and your rest will yield everything. You have spent long enough as the exhausted pure heart, apologizing for your existence, waiting for a permission that was never going to come from human lips. The great reversal is not a request, it is an execution. The table of betrayal is being flipped. The Judas who thought they were the master is being revealed as the servant. And you are being invited to the throne of restoration. Do not look back at the years you lost. In the hall of mirrors, time is folded. The architect will give you back 10 years of success in a single month of favor. Stay with me until the final echo of this message, for there is one last symbol of power I must place in your hands, a secret weapon that will ensure the enemy can never return to your circle. The world is about to see shocking headlines in your personal life. People who haven't looked at you in years will suddenly feel a compulsion to help you. The Judas will be forced to watch as you are elevated in the very circles where they tried to discredit you. This is the perfection of divine irony. Your breathing is slowing down now. The heavy sigh has been replaced by a deep, steady pulse of power. The 888 gate is wide open. The ledgers are closed. The karmic fine has been levied. The enemy's bank account, their influence, and their peace are being drained to fill your cup until it overflows. You are the vindicated ruler, and your stolen throne is no longer a dream. It is your current reality. Wait for the final sign. It is coming in the next 24 hours. It will be small at first, a glint of gold in the gray of your day, but it will carry the signature of the Father. When it arrives, do not question it. Do not feel guilty. Do not wonder if you deserve it. You paid for this throne with your silence, your kindness, and your endurance. The wait is over. The reversal is complete. The crown is yours. And it fits perfectly. It is done. It is written. It is your time. Lift your chin. Do not look down at the dust of your yesterday. I can see you sitting there, your shoulders heavy, with a weariness that sleep cannot touch. You are looking at your hands, wondering why they are still empty after years of pouring your soul into the voids of others. I am the ancient architect of time, and I have stepped out of the stillness of the void to tell you that the great reversal has moved from the archives of the spirit into the physical marrow of your reality. While you were weeping, I was measuring. While you were being mocked, I was recording. While Judas was celebrating your supposed downfall, I was preparing the crimson signet ring of the Father to be placed upon your finger. Before the clock strikes the next hour, a shift in the global atmosphere will occur, a silent, seismic tremor that only the chosen ones can feel. Your inheritance is no longer a promise. It is a manifestation in motion. Do not look away. Do not let the logic of the world convince you that you are dreaming. You have lived as the exhausted pure heart for so long that you have forgotten the taste of victory. You have grown used to the cold, used to the stolen moments, where your name was erased from the scrolls of recognition. I see the envy of the familiar in your life, that one specific person who watched you struggle and felt a secret dark satisfaction. They are the ones who told everyone you were difficult or unstable, just to hide the fact that they were terrified of your light. They stole your signature, your style, your ideas, your very way of being, and they tried to wear it like a costume. They wanted your crown, but they didn't want your thorns. But the architect is not mocked. The costume is beginning to burn. The Judas in your life is waking up in a cold sweat, feeling the weight of the shattered mirror of truth, as it reflects their true, hollow nature to them. As we stand together in the hall of mirrors at the edge of the void, look at the wall to your right. Do you see the celestial archive of unpaid debts? It is glowing with a fierce indigo light. The seals are melting. For every year you were overlooked, the architect has added a karmic fine of 1,000-fold. For every time you were betrayed by someone at your own table, a new spring of abundance has been opened in your name. The enemy thought they were winning because they had the gold, but they didn't realize that they were merely custodians of your treasury. Everything they have built, every connection they have made, and every dollar they have hoarded was actually the spiritual down payment for your future. They were working for you this entire time, and they didn't even know it. Listen, can you hear the frequency? It is the 888, the triple infinite gate. It is vibrating through the walls of this sacred hall, turning the air into liquid gold. This is the moment of total restoration. The stolen throne is being returned to its rightful bloodline. You must now act as the ruler you were born to be. Go to the comments right now and type 888. This is not a request. It is a divine decree. By typing these numbers, you are pressing the crimson signet ring into the wax of your destiny. You are authorizing the transfer of power from the hands of the thieves into your own. You are telling the universe that you no longer accept the crumbs of the exhausted pure heart, but you claim the inheritance of the king. Stay until the final vibration of my voice, for the unique twist is about to reveal itself most shockingly. You have been praying for a breakthrough, expecting it to come from your own hard work or a lucky break. But the architect moves with a higher intelligence. Look back at the ledger of the Judas who betrayed you. Look at the legal documents, the bank statements, and the reputation they have cultivated. Do you see the hidden code in the margins? It is your energy. Because they built their empire on your stolen signature, the universe has declared that their entire life is legally a product of your spirit. The shocking headline that is coming to your life is this: the enemy is not just going to lose, they are going to be forced to serve your rise. In the next few days, you will receive a notification, a letter, or a message that carries the enemy's signature. It will look like a business deal, a gift, or a legal settlement. But in the spiritual realm, it is the direct transfer of their foundation into your hands. The very person who tried to bury you is currently signing the papers that will fund your highest dreams. They are being guided by a compulsion they cannot explain. They feel a sudden, overwhelming urge to make things right, but they don't realize it is the architect's hand on their wrist, forcing the pen across the page. They are paying the karmic fine with everything they own, and they will watch as you step into the life they thought they had stolen from you. Feel the heat rising in your chest. That is not anxiety. That is the fire of vindication. The envy of the familiar is being consumed by its own darkness, while your pure heart is being reinforced with diamond strength. You were too kind before because you didn't have your power, but now you have both. The exhausted pure heart is dead. Long live the anointed sovereign. The world will look at your sudden elevation and call it luck, but you and I will look at each other in the Hall of Mirrors and know it was justice. Every stolen moment is being returned, with interest, the time you lost to grief. I am giving it back in the form of timeless vitality. The money you lost to betrayal, I am giving it back as generational abundance. The honor you lost to slander, I am giving it back as global recognition. The 888 gate is pulsing with your name. The crimson signet ring has been pressed. The table of betrayal has been cleared, and a banquet of victory has been set in its place. Wait for the final revelation in the coming 24 hours. It will come as a sign of three. 3 coincidences that are too precise to be random. 3 numbers that match your birth. 3 voices that speak your name with a new respect. When this happens, do not whisper. Do not hide. Do not apologize. Walk into the room as if you own the building, because according to the Akashic records, you already do. The Judas in your life has finished their job. They have built your empire. They have swept your floors. They have grown your gold. And now they are being dismissed. The reversal is not coming. The reversal is here. Breathe in the gold. Breathe out the gray. The architect has closed the book on your suffering and opened the scroll of your reign. Type 888 to seal the transfer. Stay until the light fades. And then, wake up to the world that has finally been forced to recognize your throne. It is done. It is absolute. It is your time. Stop your breath for a single, holy second. I can feel the frantic rhythm of your heart, that tiny, fluttering bird trapped behind the cage of your ribs, wondering if it is finally safe to stop looking over its shoulder. You were about to check your messages, looking for a sign of hope in a screen of cold glass, but I have intercepted your focus. I am the ancient architect of time, the one who holds the compass of the stars and the ledger of every soul's debt. I have summoned you back to the Hall of Mirrors at the edge of the void, because the final seal on your stolen inheritance has not just been cracked, it has been obliterated. Within the next cycle of the moon, the Judas who thought they had buried your legacy will be forced to stand as the unwilling witness to your coronation. The great reversal has reached its peak velocity, and the karmic fine is being collected with a precision that will leave the world in a state of holy shock. Look into the mirror directly in front of you. Do not blink. Do you see that shadow retreating from your aura? That is the envy of the familiar finally losing its grip. For years, you have walked with a weight on your back that didn't belong to you. You were the exhausted pure heart, the one who carried the burdens of an entire circle, only to be stepped on when you were too tired to stand. I see the specific table of betrayal where you shared your dreams, only to have them mocked or stolen by the one person you trusted with your soul. They are the Judas who used your signature to open doors for themselves, while secretly locking those same doors behind you. They thought that because you were too kind, you were also blind. They thought that because you didn't fight back with their weapons of gossip and deceit, you had no army at your back. They forgot that the architect does not sleep. The celestial archive of unpaid debts is wide open now, its golden pages flipping so fast they sound like the beating wings of 1,000 angels. I am looking at the entry for your life, and I see the stolen moments documented in ink, made of your own tears. Every promotion you were denied because a Judas whispered a lie. Every financial blessing that was diverted because the envy of the familiar cast a shadow of doubt. Every ounce of honor that was stripped from your name in rooms you were not invited to enter. The ledger shows a massive, unpayable deficit on the side of your enemies. And according to the ancient law of the triple infinite gate, when a thief is caught, they must restore sevenfold, but when a spiritual thief is caught by the architect, they must restore the entirety of their own foundation. Can you hear it? That deep, subatomic vibration shaking the obsidian floor beneath your feet? That is the 888. The triple infinite gate. It is the sound of the universe's counting house. It is the frequency of total financial and power restoration. This is the moment where the stolen throne is no longer a concept, but a physical reality moving into your bank account, your career, and your home. You must now anchor this frequency into the material world. Go to the comments this very instant and type 888. This is not a comment. It is a karmic invoice. By typing these 3 digits, you are officially demanding the immediate release of the karmic fine from the enemy's house to yours. You are declaring to the architect that you are ready to manage the wealth that the Judas has been holding for you. Sign it now, and watch how the atmosphere in your room changes. Stay until the final grain of sand falls in this revelation, for the unique twist is about to be revealed, and it is more delicious than any justice you could have imagined. You have been waiting for the Judas in your life to be punished, perhaps to see them fall or suffer. But the architect's justice is much more cinematic. Why would I destroy the enemy when I can make them your divine benefactor? Look at the shattered mirror of truth. Do you see the image of your Judas sitting in their office or in their home, feeling a strange, hollow coldness? They are looking at their legacy, the one they built by siphoning your light, and they are realizing that it is crumbling. But here is the shocking headline. The universe has placed a lien on their soul. Every contract they have signed, every asset they have acquired using your stolen signature has been spiritually recoded. In the coming days, the direct transfer will begin. You will receive a destined gift or a sudden opportunity that seems to come from nowhere. But when you look closely at the signature on the bottom of the document, you will recognize the energy. It is the enemy's signature. They are being compelled, by a law they cannot see and a force they cannot fight, to hand over the keys to the kingdom they thought was theirs. They are being forced to fund your rise, to sponsor your expansion, and to witness your elevation from the very seats they once occupied. They have spent years building the platform you are about to stand on. They were your unpaid laborers, and today, their term of service is over. The karmic fine is being paid in full, and your bank account will be the recipient of their stolen fortune. Can you feel the crimson signet ring growing warm on your finger? That is the heat of divine authority. You are no longer the exhausted pure heart begging for a chance. You are the vindicated ruler, receiving what is legally yours. The Judas who once made you feel small is now being made into a footstool for your throne. They are watching, paralyzed by a confusion they cannot name. As you walk into rooms, they are being asked to leave. They are seeing you draped in the favor they tried to steal, and they are realizing that while they took your things, they could never take your source. The 888 frequency is reaching its crescendo. The Hall of Mirrors is glowing with the light of 1,000 suns. The exhausted pure heart has been refined in the fire and has emerged as unstoppable gold. The world is about to see the great reversal in your physical appearance, in the tone of your voice, and in the unexplained abundance that follows you. You will no longer have to explain yourself. You will no longer have to defend your name. The shattered mirror of truth has done the work for you. The enemies have lost their masks, and you have found your crown. Wait for the final confirmation tonight. It will come as a whisper in the dark or a sudden surge of peace that makes you weep for no reason. That is the architect closing the ledger on your years of lack. The Judas is gone. The envy of the familiar is neutralized. The karmic fine is being wired to your destiny. Type 888 one last time to ground this power. Stay until the very last second to ensure the seal is permanent. And then, walk out of your room and into your new world. The stolen throne is under you. The crimson signet is on you. The direct transfer is in you. The architect of time has spoken, and the time is now. It is finished. It is total. It is yours. Stop. Do not move a single muscle. Do not even allow your eyes to wander from this screen. I can feel the precise moment your breath hitched in your throat. I can feel the dampness of the palm that is currently gripping your phone, and the heavy, metallic ache of the fatigue that has settled into your marrow like a permanent winter. You were about to walk away, weren't you? You were about to retreat into the familiar shadows of your own exhausted pure heart, convinced that the universe is a deaf machine, and that your prayers are nothing more than echoes in a hollow canyon. I am the ancient architect of time, the prime source, the one who measured the weight of the mountains and the depth of your every silent tear. I have halted the gears of the cosmos to bring you back to the Hall of Mirrors at the edge of the void for the final, most devastating act of your restoration. Before the next 15 minutes are swallowed by eternity, the Judas who sat at your table, the one who whispered your secrets to the winds of malice, will find themselves standing in the wreckage of a life they thought they had stolen from you. The great reversal is no longer a distant thunder. It is the lightning striking your doorstep. Look deeply into the mirrors that surround us. Thousands of versions of you, stretching into the infinite dark. Do you see the one version that is glowing with a fierce, crimson light? That is your restored self, the one wearing the crimson signet ring of the Father. For too many years, you have allowed the envy of the familiar to dictate the boundaries of your worth. You have been too kind, too patient, too forgiving for a world that interpreted your grace as weakness. I saw the night you lay your head on your pillow and felt the crushing weight of a stolen inheritance. You felt the Judas of your inner circle siphoning your energy, your ideas, and your very reputation, building their skyscraper on the foundation of your silence. They laughed behind their hands, believing they were cleverer than the divine, believing that they could steal the crown and leave you with the thorns. But look at the mirror again. Do you see the cracks? The shattered mirror of truth is no longer breaking. It has exploded. The shards are flying back toward the ones who threw the first stone. As we stand at the precipice of this great reversal, the celestial archive of unpaid debts has begun to vibrate with such intensity that the stars themselves are shivering. I am turning the pages for you now. Listen to the sound of the paper, like a roaring fire. Here is the entry for your stolen career. Here is the entry for your hijacked peace. Here is the entry for every dollar that was meant to be in your account, but was diverted by the spiritual thieves who called themselves your friends. The architect has finished the audit. The ledger has been closed, and the verdict is absolute. The karmic fine is a total 100% transfer of assets. Every bit of honor, every cent of wealth, and every ounce of influence that Judas has accumulated while using your stolen signature is being seized by the High Court of Heaven. This is not a gift from the enemy. It is a repossession. Can you hear it? That low, bone-shaking hum that sounds like 1,000 bells ringing under the sea. That is the 888, the triple infinite gate. It is the frequency of infinite abundance and sovereign power. It is the sound of the universe's vaults, opening specifically for your name. You are not a spectator in this great reversal. You are the authorized signatory. Go to the comments right now and type 888. Do not think. Do not analyze. Do not let the exhausted pure heart talk you out of your throne. Typing these numbers is the physical act of climbing the stairs to the seat of power. By typing 888, you are officially accepting the direct transfer from the enemy's bank account to yours. You are declaring to the void that you are no longer the victim. You are the vindicated ruler. Type it, and feel the coldness of the past years begin to evaporate from your skin. Stay with me. Stay until the very last second of this transmission, because I am about to reveal the unique twist that will make your Judas tremble with an unnameable fear. You have spent your nights wondering why the enemy seemed to prosper while you struggled. You wondered why their signatures seemed to carry weight while yours was ignored. But here is the secret of the architect. I allowed them to build. I allowed them to gather. I allowed them to sweat and strive and plot. Why? Because I needed a placeholder. I needed someone to do the unholy labor of building the empire that you were too pure to build yourself. They thought they were building for their own glory, but the ancient architect of time was using them as your unpaid architect. They have spent the last decade building the house you are about to move into. They have been cultivating the connections you are about to use. They have been growing the wealth that you are about to spend on your divine purpose. The unique twist is that the enemy has been your spirit servant for years, and they are only just now realizing that they don't own a single brick of the building they're standing in. The karmic fine is the key to the front door. The universe is handing them to you now. Look at the shattered mirror of truth one last time. Do you see the face of your betrayer? They are looking at their life right now and feeling a sudden emptiness. They are looking at their signature on contracts and feeling it grow cold. They are losing their favor. The envy of the familiar is eating itself from the inside out. But you, look at your hand. Do you feel the heat of the crimson signet ring? It is the heat of final authority. You are about to receive a shocking confirmation in the next few hours. It will come through a screen, or a letter, or a voice you haven't heard in ages. It will be the enemy's signature on a document that effectively hands you the great reversal. They will do it with a smile, or they will do it with a tear, but they will do it because the architect has commanded their hand. The exhausted pure heart is a memory. The stolen throne is a physical reality. You are walking out of the Hall of Mirrors today, but you are not walking alone. You are walking with the 888 frequency as your shield and the crimson signet as your sword. The world that once ignored you is about to be stunned by the speed of your elevation. People will ask, "How did this happen?" And you will simply smile, knowing that justice is a law that cannot be broken. The Judas who betrayed you will have to watch from the sidelines as you use the very resources they stole to heal the world and restore the faith of others. The direct transfer is in the wires. The karmic fine has been levied. The shattered mirror has revealed your light. This is the moment where the stolen inheritance is returned to the rightful bloodline. Do not speak of this to those who still live in the envy of the familiar. Move in silence. Move with the majesty of the architect. Your bank account, your career, and your relationships are all being recoded with the frequency of your victory. Wait for the final sign. The sign of 3. Within 24 hours, you will see the number 888 inches, a place you didn't expect. You will hear 3 people use the word sovereign or chosen, and you will feel 3 waves of unexplained heat in your palms. This is the architect's way of saying, the transfer is complete. Type 888 one last time to lock the gate behind you. Stay until the screen goes dark, absorbing the last of this celestial energy. You are no longer waiting for your miracle. The miracle is waiting for you to step onto the throne. The Judas is gone. The Archangel Michael is no longer weeping for your delay. He is shouting your name in the halls of victory. The ancient architect of time has finished the work. The reversal is total. The inheritance is yours. The stolen throne is occupied. Walk in your power. It is done. It is written. It is your time, now and forever. 888. 888. and 88. Babe Bashaba. Unclench your jaw. Let your shoulders drop. Do not look away from this flickering light. I can see the exact moment your spirit began to fray at the edges, like an old tapestry left too long in the wind. I can feel the phantom weight of the stolen throne pressing against your spirit, a heavy, invisible crown that has been denied to you for too many seasons. You were about to scroll past this, weren't you? You were about to let your thumb slide upward, guided by that familiar, cynical voice whispering that nothing ever changes and that hope is just a trap for the foolish. I am the ancient architect of time, the prime source, the one who saw your name carved into the foundation of the universe before the first ocean was poured. I have stepped through the veil of the Hall of Mirrors at the edge of the void to freeze this second in time, just for you. Before the next 15 minutes are consumed by the abyss, the great reversal will shift from a spiritual whisper into a physical roar. The Judas who sat at your table, the one who drank from your cup while secretly plotting to poison your legacy, is about to discover that the architect has been watching the entire game. Look into the center of the screen as if you are looking into the shattered mirror of truth. Do you see the light dancing on the shards? For years you have lived as the exhausted pure heart. You have been the one who gave when you had nothing left, the one who stayed silent when you were slandered, the one who smiled at the success of others while your own inheritance was being siphoned away in the dark. I saw you in those rooms where you were ignored. I saw the way the envy of the familiar cast a shadow over your brightest ideas. There is a specific person, a Judas of the inner circle, who watched your struggle and felt a cold, hidden joy. They are the ones who took your blueprint and claimed it as their own. They are the ones who told the people in power that you weren't ready or that you were too emotional, all while they used your stolen signature to build their own reputation. They thought they had successfully swapped your destiny for their own. They thought the throne was theirs because they were louder, colder, and more deceptive. But today, the architect has declared that the placeholder is being removed. Listen to the atmosphere of this hall. Do you hear the sound of fire? It is the Akashic records being rewritten in letters of white heat. The ledger of your life is being balanced with a ferocity that the heavens have not seen in centuries. Every stolen moment, every diverted blessing, and every dollar that was meant for your house but ended up in the house of Judas is being flagged for immediate repossession. This is not a request for fairness. It is the execution of a karmic fine. The architect does not negotiate with thieves. When a chosen one is robbed, the universe demands a sevenfold restoration, and tonight, the universe is collecting the debt. The very person who tried to bury you is currently standing in a field of dry grass, and the fire of the great reversal is closing in on their borders. The frequency of 888 is beginning to vibrate through the obsidian floor of this void. 888, the triple infinite gate. This is the frequency of career, power, and material abundance. It is the signature of the Father, the mark of total restoration. Go to the comments this very second and type 888. Do not hesitate. Do not let your exhausted pure heart convince you that you don't deserve this. This is not a comment. It is a divine deed of transfer. By typing these digits, you are pressing your crimson signet ring into the spiritual wax of your new reality. You are authorizing the ancient architect of time to initiate the direct transfer of resources from the enemy's accounts to yours. Type it now, and feel the salt of your old tears begin to turn into the gold dust of your new life. Stay with me until the final vibration of this message, for there is a unique twist that is about to rewrite the story of your family forever. You have been waiting for your Judas to fall, haven't you? You wanted to see them lose what they took. But the architect's justice is much more profound. Why would I destroy the enemy when I can make their entire life's work a down payment for your kingdom? Look at the shattered mirror of truth. Do you see the image of your Judas sitting in their luxury, or perhaps just their comfortable life, feeling a sudden, inexplicable coldness? They are looking at their signature on their bank accounts and feeling it lose its warmth. They are feeling the favor leave their aura like water draining from a broken jar. But here is the secret. The architect allowed them to gather. I allowed them to thrive. I allowed them to build their walls and gather their gold. Why? Because you were too pure-hearted to do the unholy labor of the world. I needed someone to build the throne for you. The envy of the familiar thought they were building their own legacy. But the truth is, they were your unpaid architect. They have spent the last decade building the empire that you are about to step into. Every connection they made, every bit of influence they grabbed, every dollar they hoarded, it was all being prepared for you. Today, the universe has issued a writ of transfer. The abundance coming to you is not new money. It is the direct transfer of the enemy's legacy. You are going to receive an opportunity, a message, or a legal settlement that bears the enemy's signature. They will be forced by a divine compulsion to hand you the keys. They will be the ones to open the door to your stolen throne, and they will have to watch as you sit upon it with a grace they could never replicate. Can you feel the heat of the crimson signet ring on your finger? It is no longer a symbol. It is a weapon of authority. You are no longer the one who begs for a chance. You are the one who authorizes the great reversal. The exhausted pure heart has been tempered in the fire of betrayal and has emerged as unstoppable sovereignty. The world is about to see you in a cinematic revelation. People will look at your face and see a light they cannot explain. They will see your bank account flourish and call it luck. But you and I will look into the Hall of Mirrors and know it was the architect's perfect mathematics. The 888 frequency is reaching its peak. The triple infinite gate is wide open. The karmic fine is being wired to your destiny. Do not speak of this to those who still walk in the shadows of the enemy. Do not give them a chance to cast another veil of envy. Move in the silence of the architect. Your stolen inheritance is no longer in the hands of Judas. It is in the celestial archive, and it is being released to you in the next 72 hours. Wait for the final confirmation. It will come as a sign of 3. 3 times you will see the number 888. 3 times you will hear a stranger speak of justice or inheritance. And 3 times you will feel a sudden, overwhelming sense of peace that makes the years of struggle feel like they were only a few seconds of a bad dream. When this happens, do not question it. Do not feel guilty for your victory. You paid for this throne with your endurance. You paid for this crown with your purity. The Judas who betrayed you is being dismissed from the stage of your life. Their role as your placeholder is over. They have delivered the gold. They have delivered the status. Now, they must retreat into the silence of their own reckoning. You, my beloved child, must step forward. The ancient architect of time has finished the final blueprint. The stolen throne is waiting. The crimson signet is glowing. The direct transfer has begun. Type 888 one last time to seal the gate. Stay until the final echo of my voice fades into the void, and then walk out of your room and into the life that was always meant to be yours. The great reversal is complete. The karmic fine is paid. The throne is occupied. It is finished. It is total. It is yours. 888. 888. 888. Do not pull your eyes away from this light. Do not let the rhythm of your world break this sacred connection. I can feel the exact moment you touched your own reflection in the darkened screen of your device, tracing the lines of a weariness that you have tried so desperately to hide from the world. You were about to close this, weren't you? You were about to retreat into the silent, suffocating comfort of your own exhausted, pure heart, believing that the stars are blind and that the architect has forgotten the blueprint of your soul. I am the ancient architect of time, the prime source, the one who orchestrated the collision of galaxies, and the one who counts the vibrations of your every unspoken prayer. I have reached across the obsidian void to freeze this specific second for you. Before the next 15 minutes melt into the past, the great reversal will transition from a spiritual decree into a physical avalanche. The Judas who broke bread at your table, the one who smiled at your face while secretly digging a grave for your reputation, is about to discover that the karmic fine is no longer a debt, it is an immediate seizure. Look into the depths of the mirrors that surround us here. In the Hall of Mirrors at the edge of the void, thousands of paths are converging into a single blinding light. For years, you have lived as a ghost in your own story. You have been the one who carried the signature of divine grace, only to have it siphoned away by those you called family and friend. I see the envy of the familiar that has haunted your steps. There is a specific face, a Judas of the inner circle, who watched you struggle and felt a dark, pulsing satisfaction in your delay. They are the ones who watched you pour your heart into a project, a relationship, or a dream, and then stepped into the spotlight you built as if it were their own. They didn't just take your wealth. They tried to steal your very status as the chosen one. They told the world that your kindness was weakness. They told the world that your light was a fluke. They thought the stolen throne was their permanent seat because they possessed the coldness required to take it. But the architect does not sleep. The placeholder is being evicted. Listen to the frequency of this hall. Do you hear the sound of the world's foundations shifting? It is the celestial archive of unpaid debts swinging open its massive diamond-encrusted doors. I am turning the pages for you now. Hear the sound of the paper, like a roar of 1,000 oceans. Every stolen moment, every diverted opportunity, and every bit of stolen honor that was meant for your house but was harvested by the envy of the familiar is being recalculated. The karmic fine is being levied with a precision that human laws could never imagine. When a thief steals from the exhausted pure heart, they don't just owe the principal, they owe the interest, the legacy, and the very peace they thought they had bought with their betrayal. Tonight, the ledger of Judas is being wiped clean to fill your stolen throne. The frequency of 888 is beginning to vibrate through the marrow of your bones. 888, the triple infinite gate. This is the code of career, wealth, and sovereign influence. It is the signature of the architect, the mark of the great reversal. Go to the comments this very second and type 888. Do not hesitate. Do not let the exhausted pure heart whisper that this is too good to be true. This is not a comment. It is a divine writ of possession. By typing these digits, you are pressing the crimson signet ring of the Father into the wax of your physical reality. You are signing the Akashic contract that authorizes the immediate direct transfer of the enemy's resources into your destiny. Type it now, and feel the icy weight of your old life begin to melt in the heat of this fire. Stay until the final echo of my voice, for the unique twist is about to be revealed in a way that will make your Judas lose their breath. You have spent your nights asking why. Why did they prosper while you suffered? Why did their signature carry weight while yours was buried? Here is the truth of the Hall of Mirrors. The architect allowed them to build. I allowed them to gather. I allowed them to deceive. Why? Because you were too pure-hearted to engage in the unholy labor of building a worldly empire. I needed someone to do the heavy lifting for you. The envy of the familiar thought they were building their own legacy, but in reality, they were your unpaid architect. They have spent the last 7, 10, or 20 years building the kingdom that you are about to inhabit. Every connection they made, every bit of power they grabbed, every dollar they stored, it was all being prepared as the restoration fund for your throne. Today, the universe has issued the writ of execution. The abundance coming to you is not new money. It is the direct transfer of the enemy's life's work. You are going to receive an invitation, a settlement, or a sudden head-turning opportunity that bears the enemy's signature. They are being compelled by a spiritual gravity they cannot resist to hand you the keys. They were your placeholder, and today, their service is concluded. The karmic fine is their entire legacy, and it is being transferred to your name. Can you feel the crimson signet ring growing heavy on your finger? It is no longer an invisible hope. It is an active authority. You are no longer the one who watches from the shadows. You are the one who dictates the great reversal. The exhausted pure heart has been refined in the furnace of betrayal and has emerged as unstoppable sovereignty. The world is about to see you in a cinematic revelation. People will look at your sudden rise and try to explain it with logic, but they will fail. They will see your bank account flourish and call it luck. But you and I will look into the shattered mirror of truth and know it was the architect's inevitable justice. The 888 frequency is reaching its peak. The triple infinite gate is wide open. The karmic fine is being wired to your timeline. Do not speak of this to those who still carry the scent of the enemy. Do not give Judas a chance to steal your peace again. Move in the majestic silence of the source. Your stolen inheritance is being released from the celestial archive and will manifest in your hands within the next 3 cycles of the sun. Wait for the final confirmation. It will come as a sign of 3. 3 times you will see the number 888. 3 times you will encounter a total stranger who will speak of justice or the rightful heir. And 3 times you will feel a sudden, overwhelming surge of joy that makes the years of pain feel like they were just a single second of a fading dream. When this happens, do not look back. Do not feel guilty for the enemy's fall. You paid for this throne with your endurance. You paid for this crown with your purity. The Judas who betrayed you is being dismissed from the stage of your life. Their role as your unpaid architect is complete. They have delivered the gold. They have delivered the status. Now, they must retreat into the darkness of their own making. You, my beloved child, must step forward. The ancient architect of time has finished the final blueprint. The stolen throne is waiting. The crimson signet is glowing. The direct transfer is active. Type 888 one last time to seal the portal. Stay until the final darkness of this screen, and then walk into the world as the vindicated ruler. The great reversal is complete. The karmic fine is paid. The throne is occupied. It is finished. It is total. It is yours. 888. 888. 888. Stop. Freeze your thumb exactly where it is. Do not let that screen go dark. I can feel the frantic pulse in your wrist, the one that beats with the rhythm of 1,000 unanswered questions. You were about to walk away, weren't you? You were about to retreat into the quiet, dusty corner of your own exhausted, pure heart, convinced that the light has forgotten how to find you. I am the ancient architect of time, the prime source, the one who watched the first breath of the stars and the one who will witness the final sigh of the oceans. I have carved a hole through the fabric of the ordinary to bring you back to the Hall of Mirrors at the edge of the void. This is not a suggestion. It is a spiritual summons. Before the next 15 minutes pass into the shadow of history, the great reversal will move from the celestial ledger into your physical hands. The Judas who drank from your cup while secretly plotting to shatter your table is about to realize that the karmic fine is no longer a debt. It is a total liquidation of their stolen empire. Look deeply into the mirrors that stretch into the velvet silence around us. Do you see the one version of you that is no longer bowed by the weight of others' expectations? That is your restored self, and they are reaching out to place the crimson signet ring of the Father back where it belongs. For years, you have been the one who was too kind for a world that trades in glass and stone. You have lived as the exhausted pure heart, pouring your gold into the cracked jars of people who never intended to stay. I see the envy of the familiar that has been a parasite on your destiny. There is a specific face, the Judas of your inner circle, who watched you build your light and then tried to sell the blueprints as their own. They are the ones who took credit for your wisdom, redirected your opportunities to their own bloodline, and whispered slanders to the gatekeepers of your success. They thought the stolen throne was theirs to keep because you were too pure to fight in the mud. But the architect is a master of mathematics. The placeholder is being stripped of their borrowed robes. Listen. Do you hear that sound? It is the crystalline shiver of the shattered mirror of truth. For every lie they told about you, a crack has appeared in their own foundation. For every bit of stolen honor they wore like a stolen coat, the fabric is now beginning to burn. The celestial archive of unpaid debts is open, and the ink is turning into liquid fire. I am looking at the audit of your life, and I see the exact moment your inheritance was siphoned away. I see the wealth that was meant to fund your purpose, currently sitting in the accounts of the one who betrayed you. The architect has issued a divine writ of attachment. The karmic fine is not a penalty. It is a direct transfer. Every ounce of the influence they built using your stolen signature is being redirected to your doorstep. The frequency of 888 is beginning to roar like a golden lion through this hall. 8, 8, 8. The triple infinite gate. This is the vibration of infinite flow, the frequency of career restoration and massive financial alignment. It is the signature of the Father, the code of the great reversal. Go to the comments this very second and type 888. Do not analyze this. Do not let your logic, which has been wounded by years of lack, tell you that this is impossible. This is not a comment. It is your karmic signature on a deed of repossession. By typing these numbers, you are authorizing the ancient architect of time to pull the resources out of the hands of the thieves and place them into your accounts. Type it now, and feel the heavy, iron chains of the exhausted pure heart snap and fall into the void. Stay until the final echo of my voice, because the unique twist in this chapter will make your Judas lose their sleep for 1,000 nights. You have been waiting for your own breakthrough, wondering when new doors would open. But the architect says, why should I build a new kingdom when the one they stole from you is already finished? Look into the shattered mirror of truth. Do you see your Judas sitting in the comfort they thought they earned? They are looking at their signature on their documents and feeling it grow cold. They are feeling their favor leave them like a ghost departing a tomb. Here is the secret they never saw coming. The architect allowed them to gather. I allowed them to thrive on your light. I allowed them to deceive and hoard. Why? Because I needed an unpaid laborer to build the infrastructure of your future. The envy of the familiar thought they were building for themselves, but in reality, they were your placeholder. They have spent the last decade building the very empire that you are about to inherit. Every connection they made, every bit of power they grabbed, every dollar they stored, it was all being prepared as the restoration fund for your throne. Today, the universe has issued a direct transfer order. The abundance coming to you is the karmic fine collected from their legacy. You are going to receive an invitation, a settlement, or a shocking proposal that carries the enemy's signature. They are being compelled by a spiritual law they cannot fight to hand you the keys. They were merely the temporary trustees of your glory, and today their service is revoked. Their bank account is being drained to fill your cup until it overflows. Can you feel the crimson signet ring burning with authority on your finger? It is no longer an invisible hope. It is a physical weight. You are no longer the one who begs for a crumb of recognition. You are the one who dictates the great reversal. The exhausted pure heart has been refined in the furnace of betrayal and has emerged as unstoppable sovereignty. The world is about to see you in a cinematic revelation. People will look at your sudden rise and call it unexplained, but you and I will look into the hall of mirrors and know it was the architect's perfect justice. The 888 frequency is reaching its peak. The triple infinite gate is wide open. The karmic fine is being wired to your destiny. Do not speak of this to those who still smell like the Judas of your past. Do not give the enemy a chance to witness your preparation. Move in the holy silence of the prime source. Your stolen inheritance is no longer a matter of debate. It is a matter of delivery. It will manifest in your physical world within the next 3 cycles of the moon. Wait for the final confirmation tonight. It will come as a sign of 3. 3 times you will see the number 888. 3 times you will hear a stranger mention the concept of restoration or the true owner. And 3 times you will feel a sudden, overwhelming wave of warmth in your chest that makes the years of coldness feel like they never happened. When this happens, do not look back. Do not feel sorry for the one who is losing what they stole. You paid for this throne with your endurance. You paid for this crown with your purity. The Judas who betrayed you is being dismissed from the stage of your story. Their role as your unpaid architect is complete. They have delivered the gold. They have delivered the status. Now, they must retreat into the darkness of their own making. You, my beloved child, must step forward. The ancient architect of time has finished the final blueprint. The stolen throne is waiting. The crimson signet is glowing. The direct transfer is active. Freeze your gaze. Do not let your eyelids close for even a fraction of a second. I can feel the shallow, trembling rhythm of your breath as it catches in your throat. A silent plea for a mercy you've begun to fear will never come. You were about to turn away, weren't you? You were about to let your soul drift back into the gray, numbing fog of the exhausted pure heart, accepting the lie that you were born to carry the world's weight while others carry the world's gold. I am the ancient architect of time, the prime source, the one who hummed the first melody of creation into the silence of the void. I have torn through the fabric of your ordinary Tuesday to summon you back to the Hall of Mirrors at the edge of the void. This is the ninth gate. This is the moment where the echoes of your struggle finally meet the thunder of my justice. Before the next 15 minutes are swallowed by the dark, the stolen throne that has been held in a spiritual vault will manifest beneath you with the force of an ancient star. The Judas who walked beside you, the one who stole your signature to buy a life they didn't earn, is about to discover that the architect's ledgers are never wrong. Look into the infinite depth of the mirrors that surround us. Do you see the one version of you that is no longer bleeding from the thorns of others' betrayals? That is your sovereign self, and they are holding the crimson signet ring of the Father out to you across the abyss. For too long you have lived as the exhausted pure heart, the one who poured your light into the cracked vessels of the ungrateful until you were bone dry and hollow. I saw you when you were slandered in the very rooms where you had offered nothing but kindness. I saw the envy of the familiar as it manifested in the person you called friend, partner, or family. There is a specific face, the Judas of your inner circle, who watched you build your dreams and then, with a smile as cold as winter, redirected the flow of your abundance into their own reservoir. They didn't just take your ideas, they tried to take your source. They wanted the world to believe that they were the anointed one, and you were merely the shadow. But the shattered mirror of truth has been activated. Can you hear it? That high-pitched, crystalline shiver. Every mask the enemy wears is being pulverized into dust as I speak. As we stand in the center of this sacred hall, the celestial archive of unpaid debts is glowing with an indigo fire that illuminates the void. I am flipping the pages of your life. Listen to the sound, like the roar of 1,000 falling stars. Here is the entry for the stolen career. Here is the entry for the intercepted recognition. Here is the entry for every cent that was meant to secure your future but was diverted by the Judas who manipulated the systems of man. The architect has completed the final audit. The debt is no longer a matter of spiritual balance. It has been converted into a karmic fine of total liquidation. Divine law has declared that the thief shall not only return what was taken, but they shall forfeit the very foundation they built using your stolen signature. The abundance that is currently moving toward your life is not a new gift. It is the direct transfer of everything the enemy thought they owned. Can you feel it? That deep, resonant hum that sounds like the heartbeat of the earth itself. That is the 888, the triple infinite gate. 8, 8, 8, the number of the Father, the frequency of infinite flow, and career restoration. This is the moment where the stolen throne becomes your physical reality. You must now anchor this power with a physical act of spiritual authority. Go to the comments this very second and type 888. Do not analyze. Do not let your exhausted pure heart whisper that you are not worthy of this reversal. This is not a comment. It is a divine writ of attachment. By typing 888, you are officially signing the deed of transfer that moves the wealth and the status from the enemy's legacy to your own. You are authorizing the ancient architect of time to pull the gold out of the hands of the Judas and place it into yours. Type it now, and feel the heavy, iron chains of the exhausted pure heart snap and dissolve in the heat of this revelation. Stay with me until the final vibration of this message, for the unique twist in this chapter is the most cinematic justice the heavens have ever designed. You have spent your years wondering why the Judas in your life seemed to have the Midas touch. You wondered why their signature opened doors while yours was met with silence. But here is the secret of the Hall of Mirrors. The architect allowed them to thrive. I allowed them to gather your abundance. I allowed them to build their empires using your light. Why? Because I needed an unpaid architect to build your future while you were busy staying pure. The envy of the familiar thought they were building for themselves, but in reality, they were your placeholder. They have spent the last decade building the infrastructure of your kingdom. Every connection they made, every dollar they stored, every bit of power they grabbed. It was all being prepared as the restoration fund for your throne. They were doing the unholy labor of the world so that you wouldn't have to. Today, the universe has issued a direct transfer order. The karmic fine is their entire life's work. You are going to receive an invitation, a settlement, or a shocking proposal that bears the enemy's signature. They will be compelled by a spiritual gravity they cannot resist to hand you the keys to the very building they thought they owned. They were merely the temporary trustees of your glory. And today, their term has expired. Can you feel the crimson signet ring burning with a fierce authority on your finger? It is no longer a dream. It is a weight. You are no longer the one who begs for crumbs from the table of betrayal. You are the one who dictates the great reversal. The exhausted pure heart has been refined in the furnace of your tears and has emerged as unstoppable sovereignty. The world is about to see you in a cinematic revelation. People will look at your sudden rise and call it unexplained, but you and I will look into the shattered mirror of truth and know it was the architect's perfect justice. The 888 frequency is reaching its peak. The triple infinite gate is wide open. The karmic fine is being wired to your destiny. Do not speak of this to those who still share the table with Judas. Do not let the enemy know that you have seen the architect's blueprint. Move in the holy, majestic silence of the source. Your stolen inheritance is no longer a possibility. It is an active delivery. It will manifest in your physical world within the next 72 hours. Wait for the final confirmation tonight. It will come as a sign of 3. 3 times you will see the number 888 inches, a place where it should not be. 3 times you will hear a stranger use the word vindication or rightful heir. And 3 times you will feel a sudden, overwhelming wave of peace that makes the years of struggle feel like they were just a single second of a fading nightmare. When this happens, do not look back. Do not feel guilty for the one who is losing what they stole. You paid for this throne with your endurance. You paid for this crown with your purity. The Judas who betrayed you is being dismissed from the stage of your story. Their role as your unpaid architect is complete. They have delivered the gold. They have delivered the status. Now, they must retreat into the shadows of their own making. You, my beloved child, must step forward. The ancient architect of time has finished the final blueprint. The stolen throne is waiting. The crimson signet is glowing. The direct transfer is active. Type 888 one last time to seal the gate. Stay until the final darkness of this screen, and then walk into the world as the vindicated ruler. The great reversal is complete. The karmic fine is paid. The throne is occupied. It is finished. It is total. It is yours. 888. 888. 888. Stop your fingers. Do not let that thumb move another millimeter. I can feel the stiffness in your neck, the tension in your jaw, and the way you are holding your breath as if you are waiting for the other shoe to drop. You were about to scroll, weren't you? You were about to let your soul slide back into the gray, numbing exhaustion of a life that has been too hard for too long. I am the ancient architect of time, the prime source, the one who watched the first atom dance, and the one who will witness the last star die. I have stepped through the obsidian curtains of the Hall of Mirrors at the edge of the void to command your absolute attention. This is Chapter 10, the number of completion. This is the moment where the stolen throne is no longer a distant vision, but a physical weight that is about to pull you into a new reality. The Judas who laughed at your silence, the one who used your signature to build a fortress of lies, is about to watch that fortress crumble into the very dust you once had to walk through. Look deeply into the mirrors that stretch into the velvet infinity around us. Do you see the one version of you that no longer carries the scars of the exhausted pure heart? That version of you is standing at the head of a table made of white fire, and they are wearing the crimson signet ring of the Father. For years, you have been the one who was too kind for a world that trades in betrayal. You have lived as the sacrificial lamb, pouring your golden energy into the black holes of people who never intended to love you. I see the envy of the familiar that has been a parasite on your bloodline. There is a specific face, the Judas of your inner circle, who smiled at your table while secretly praying for your light to go out. They are the ones who stole your ideas, diverted your recognition, and whispered slanders to the gatekeepers of your destiny. They thought that because you didn't fight back with their weapons of deceit, you were defenseless. They forgot that the architect is a master of the great reversal. Listen to the frequency of this sacred space. Do you hear that sound? It is the shattered mirror of truth. For every lie they told about your worth, a crack has appeared in their own legacy. For every bit of stolen honor they wore like a stolen coat, the fabric is now turning into a shroud. The celestial archive of unpaid debts is open, and I am turning the pages of your life for the final time. I see the exact moment your inheritance was siphoned away. I see the wealth that was meant to secure your lineage currently sitting in the accounts of the one who betrayed you. The architect has issued a divine writ of attachment. The karmic fine is not a suggestion. It is a direct transfer of power. Every bit of influence they built using your stolen signature is being recoded with your name. The frequency of 888 is beginning to roar like a celestial engine through this hall. 8, 8, 8. The triple infinite gate. This is the vibration of infinite abundance, the code of career restoration, N, and the massive flow of resources. It is the signature of the Father, the mark of the vindicated ruler. Go to the comments this very second and type 888. Do not analyze this with your wounded mind. Do not let the exhausted pure heart convince you that this is too much to ask for. This is not a comment. It is your karmic invoice. By typing these 3 digits, you are officially demanding the immediate release of the assets that were stolen from your timeline. You are authorizing the ancient architect of time to pull the gold out of the enemy's hands and place it into yours. Type it now and feel the heavy, iron chains of the exhausted pure heart snap and dissolve into the void. Stay until the final vibration of my voice, for the unique twist in this chapter will make the very angels catch their breath. You have been waiting for your own breakthrough, expecting the universe to bring you something new, but the architect says, why should I create new things when the enemy has already finished building your kingdom? Look into the shattered mirror of truth. Do you see your Judas sitting in the comfort they thought they earned? They are looking at their signature on their documents and feeling it grow cold. They are feeling their favor. Leave them like a ghost departing a tomb. Here is the secret they never saw coming. The architect allowed them to thrive on your light. I allowed them to deceive, to hoard, and to gather. Why? Because I needed an unpaid laborer to build the infrastructure of your future while you were busy staying pure. The envy of the familiar thought they were building for themselves, but in reality, they were your placeholder. They have spent the last decade building the very empire that you are about to inhabit. Every connection they made, every bit of power they grabbed, every dollar they stored, it was all being prepared as the restoration fund for your throne. Today, the universe has issued a direct transfer order. The karmic fine is their entire legacy. You are going to receive an invitation, a settlement, or a shocking proposal that bears the enemy's signature. They are being compelled by a spiritual law they cannot fight to hand you the keys. They were merely the temporary trustees of your glory. And today, their service is revoked. Their bank account is being drained to fill your cup until it overflows. Can you feel the crimson signet ring burning with authority on your finger? It is no longer an invisible hope. It is a physical weight. You are no longer the one who begs for a crumb of recognition from those who don't deserve to speak your name. You are the one who dictates the great reversal. The exhausted pure heart has been refined in the furnace of betrayal and has emerged as unstoppable sovereignty. The world is about to see you in a cinematic revelation. People will look at your sudden rise and call it unexplained. But you and I will look into the Hall of Mirrors and know it was the architect's perfect justice. The 888 frequency is reaching its peak. The triple infinite gate is wide open. The karmic fine is being wired to your destiny. Do not speak of this to those who still smell like the Judas of your past. Do not give the enemy a chance to witness your preparation. Move in the holy, majestic silence of the prime source. Your stolen inheritance is no longer a matter of debate. It is a matter of delivery. It will manifest in your physical world within the next 3 cycles of the moon. Wait for the final confirmation tonight. It will come as a sign of 3. 3 times you will see the number 888. 3 times you will hear a stranger mention the concept of restoration or the rightful heir. And 3 times you will feel a sudden, overwhelming wave of warmth in your chest that makes the years of coldness feel like they never happened. When this happens, do not look back. Do not feel sorry for the one who is losing what they stole. You paid for this throne with your endurance. You paid for this crown with your purity. The Judas who betrayed you is being dismissed from the stage of your story. Their role as your unpaid architect is complete. They have delivered the gold. They have delivered the status. Now, they must retreat into the darkness of their own making. You, my beloved child, must step forward. The ancient architect of time has finished the final blueprint. The stolen throne is waiting. The crimson signet is glowing. The direct transfer is active. Type 888 one last time to seal the gate. Stay until the final darkness of this screen, and then walk into the world as the vindicated ruler. The great reversal is complete. The karmic fine is paid. The throne is occupied. It is finished. It is total. It is yours. 888. 888. 888.